and that dropped them down to 11th in the West. Remember, only 8 games to try and get into that final playoff spot, and now they have to go over 2 teams just to get into 9th. Patrick Beverley knocks down the three-pointer to start the scoring, but fell short against the Lakers.
Yes, they did, but they play extremely well. This is a team that's loaded with talent. Talking about the absence of Lou Williams and also Montrezl Harrell. Those guys make a big impact and difference makers on both sides of this team.
Those two still not back with the team and playing. Patrick Beverley, of course, has returned. Shamet Zubac's return as Paul George rattles into 3.
To a chance they have.
He played 15 minutes in that loss to Utah. Played well while he was out there. But again, because he has hardly played any kind of 5-on-5, as Paul George off to a red-hot start.
His due respect. I still don't think Paul George is given the respect as a great player that he should. He can beat you at both ends. He can do it in multiple ways. He is an absolutely elite player.
And he was 3rd in the voting for MVP last year. But there's still people when you talk, oh, what's the elite? How about this start for Paul?
Gentry said Zion will be out there.
All right, Lisa, we have a new term in the NBA, burst restriction.
I thought she was saying they were going to burst our bubble by taking him out more.
Meanwhile, as Ball throws it up, that's a three-pointer. At the directive of Mark and Jeff, I'm in a word this game.
We got you. Now that he mentioned that, Coach, I got a question for you. What? If you're the Pelicans players, and we're well aware of the fact that Zion is not going to play 35.
At least put themselves in a position where they can still make the playoffs.
Now, I asked you that question because you led a team with no Patrick Ewing all the way to the NBA Finals. Finding a way to get a group of guys to buy.
Or overmatched.
Paul George misses. Patrick Beverley to rebound. Beverley a three-pointer. Got it. They're 6 for 6 from downtown. There's point pace here in the first quarter. Holiday can't hit. And this is the Pelicans started this way against the Jazz. They were down double figures right away. Zion Williamson gets inside and scores, going right at Zubac. Speed here after that slow start. Brandon Ingram misfires. Ingram had a slow start the other night as well, shooting. Marcus Morris, nice little ball fake. Pull-up jumpers, got it. Morris, in-season acquisition, who's out of. It's only the 3rd team foul on the Clippers. Holiday throws it up. Jackson Hayes, recently checked in. Jackson Hayes, recently checked in, throws it down. Andrew Shamet drills a three-pointer. They are 8 of 9. Shamet drills a three-pointer. They are 8 of 9 from downtown here in the opening quarter.
And that's not an easy shot. To come off, be balanced, and shoot the 3. Terrific shot.
Oh, nice ball fake from Drew Holiday. His 2nd field goal. Meanwhile, Jackson knocks it out of Hayes, the rookie's hands. And now goes down and lays it up and in. Paul George, another 3. J.J. Redick connects. Redick had a good game, 21 points in. About a 3-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Better start for the Clippers. They were down 12 early to the Lakers the other night. They came out firing on all cylinders. Three-pointer rattles in. JaMychal Green.
Not much practice time for him to be this good, this early.
No, and on top of that, everybody raves about the human being that he is. How great of a guy he is.
A long three-pointer from Shamet. Redick did a good job contesting. Frank Jackson. Paul Melli out there with Redick, Zion Williamson, and Josh Hart. Melli fakes, now drives, scoop layup is good.
That they're playing against each other.
Leonard pulls up, can't get it but fall. Nicolò Melli, the 29-year-old rookie from Italy, with a rebound. Williamson running the floor. Nice advanced pass from Frank Jackson.
the injury. If he's healthy now and it's just a matter of conditioning, why not let him play his way back into shape like a lot of guys do at the beginning of every season?
Well, the whole idea behind it is to avoid soft tissue injury, and there's a lot of research behind it. There's a lot of things that our team have been working on in that area, and they've built our whole system up in terms of the return to play very specifically. And every player had a very similar game plan, and unfortunately,
the only thing that's frustrating is sometimes people lose their job in the midst of protecting the future of the franchise. They're trying to win games, and that could cost somebody their job or a player being traded. That's the, you know.
16 again. You can see here as Melly tries a three-pointer. He's making some good moves. He's just not in rhythm yet. He's coming up just short on some. And
well, if you miss 13 days, I mean, that is significant. It's just not easy to find a rhythm.
Patrick Beverly, another three. 13 three-pointers. He's played in the NBA, 13 for 13. Zubac cleans up the mess and throws it down. Three-pointers, 13 of 20 from downtown. Paul George got it going. He hit his first three. Kawhi Leonard stops. George, right corner three, got it. 4 for 5. Ball turns it over. Morris banks it home, and the Clippers again. If they have just done a timeout, you're just getting blasted.
Well, first of all, I don't like the way we came off the court. You know, slow.
Sometimes I had to talk myself into not tripping as much.
Alvin Gentry is going to be tripping at halftime. His team down 33. Nice feed inside. And as Lonzo Ball gets it to Derek Favors in the game. It's in Chicago against the Bulls. Bad pass. Turnover number 12. Jackson to the basket. Layup is good.
And I don't like this when I see us half court.
Final minute of what has been a bludgeoning here in the first half. Favors the jumper. That first quarter haymaker, and the Pelicans never really responded. Now, it'll be very interesting, Mark Jackson, to see how they respond here in the third quarter.
And I'd erase everything off the board because it doesn't matter. What matters is we begin to compete at the level that we become accustomed to competing at, because that energy, that effort.
I have no words for what I saw. The 16 threes, he said that didn't bother me. The 24 points off the turnovers, the careless turnovers. No excuse for that. He says the second game.
Play right there, up 30 with Zion coming at you full speed. That has nothing to do with defensive ability. That has to do with Paul George caring deeply about winning it all. Because you don't put your body in front. I've seen a lot of guys step out of the way of Williamson as Leonard scores in the low post. As Leonard scores in the low post.
If you talk about the similarities, we had the earlier game with the Heat. We raved about their competitive spirit. The Clippers have that same type of mentality as a group of competitors, but they're just more talented.
Ingram, baseline jumper is good. Brandon Ingram with a couple of buckets here to begin the third.
This front office is done filling out this roster completely.
Even the Chris Paul trade, when you're under the gun, as George hits another three, to extract, to help them build, again, depth of players. Beverly, Lou Williams.
As Ingram knocks it down.
May not be a felony, but that should be a misdemeanor.
There was nobody on the golf course, and I was having heat stroke. It was hot.
I was there, Mike. I can't get that image out of my head.
I didn't see it.
Are you kidding me?
I apologize. I'll do better, I promise. I promise. Frank Jackson's jump shot is good.
That's actually hard accepting that, Mike.
Nice spin move, Paul George. Shot blocked by Favors. Here comes Josh Hart. And banks it home. 24. Both of them come out with 2 strong games. J.J. Redick knocks down the three-pointer. From Memphis. Re-signed a new 2-year deal, almost about $10 million. Wasn't drafted after 4 years at Alabama, but he's had, you said, a nice fit off the bench here. So, I like in this virtual. Some of the fans have their masks on. Some of them are eating.
Mostly younger people, it looks like, too.
I haven't seen Billy Crystal yet.
Good-looking group of fans, though.
And Walker, the spin move, drives into traffic, layup shot, bounces around and drops through.
He brought it in a game that was already decided.
Patrick Patterson hits the three-pointer. All right, so as coaches.
And it's not personal.
Magruder keeps his dribble alive. Jermichael Green tries a 3, and that's good. Three-pointer number 23.
I remember last game of the season, I was playing for the Clippers, and we were playing the San Antonio Spurs as Jackson with the lay-in. And David
Clippers were up by 12 after the first quarter. Up by 32 after the second. Halftime. Alexander Walker. Magruder banks it home.
And guarding the inbounder right there. Your number one job is to take away the direct pass to the basket.
Michael Green all over Melly. Stays with him. Melly hits a tough shot. But there, look at Jermichael Green.
When was that?
2004.
That would have been.
You know the real good.
Lakers and Raptors. By the way, you're not the only ESPN.
You're going to get a good whistle on the road.
That's going on the road, but how would you feel with him in the bubble?
Well, I'm going to say this. I never liked him at home because he was too fair.
And here, Coffey hits the 3. That's number 24. Some of the referees about their experience in the bubble and calling games without fans as they turn it over. Melly goes the other way, finds Frank Jackson. Jackson up and under, count it, and the foul.
But studies show it happens.
Absolutely.
Ball tipped up and in.
Go. I let that go.
That doesn't even make sense.
And Magruder lays it up and in. I'll tell you something else. Terrence Mann won't go. Jackson Hayes the rebound. Alexander Walker, nice whip pass inside, and Jackson puts it in. Career win. And he passes Red Auerbach for 11th place on the all-time coaching list. Red Auerbach was #1 in the Celtics. But now Doc Rivers passes him, and that means something to him because he had a relationship with Red Auerbach when he coached in Boston.
And that too, but also he's well aware of Red Auerbach as a coach and his body of work. I bet Doc Rivers in his wildest dreams never thought he'd surpass him. Wins total.
Terrence Mann. And there's a three-pointer. They now knew it because they all are up there. That's the 25th three-pointer. And this Clippers blowout comes to an end. What a performance.